Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Breath of Fire. So, grinding has been done. I did a little bit more than I planned to, but that was mainly just because the gap between level 6 and level 7 was kind of small, so I just went and finished that off. The gaps get a little bit bigger from here on, and by bigger I mean ridiculously large amounts of XP needed. So, if you want to grind heavy in the game, and you want to grind around the first town, I would recommend not going past level 7. Because it starts to get really ridiculous, the experience spreads. Also, something I should note, hunting is a thing. Managed to get a white antler, which will help because I'm probably going to sell that white antler. Also a few other antlers and a piece of meat. Hopefully I will get to show off some hunting at some point in time. Sadly, we do not have the right party to pass through trees like that. Wild animals can pass through those trees. We can't. Not yet, anyway. But at level 7, the next part should be kind of easy, and it needs to be easy just because this is our introductory dungeon coming up. See, we weren't left with too many choices of place to go, but maybe you've noticed that just based on the geography of the place, you don't have a whole lot of choice. It's just the natural geography of this place just kind of says, hey, there's a town over here. Ooh, hunting. And die. I don't know what he dies from. It's a heart attack, I'm guessing, because we didn't actually do a damn thing to it. We just walked up and annoyed it. And that's how hunting works in this game right now. There is a character you can get later. That will actually allow you to hunt on purpose rather than, you know, by complete and total accident like that. But you notice this little section of land didn't go anywhere. It's also getting to be nighttime. It doesn't affect what's coming up, but the day-night cycle is important. Not important for what's immediately in front of us, but what's important after that. Almost immediately after that, in fact. We won't get that far in this... Well, we'll get close to that far in this video, but we won't get there in this video. But welcome to, I believe this is Camlon. And these are refugees from a town called Denai. Their hometown has kind of been taken over, and this place is a wreck. So they're just kind of here. Somebody knows us. And there is a castle here, but it's been kind of taken over. So before we go anywhere, let's go ahead and save our game. Yep. So the only thing worth actually visiting outside here is the Dragon Shrine. Every other building is just a ruin, and will probably stay a ruin for the rest of the game. You probably should fear the dark dragons. Keep resisting them, but you should fear them. But there is a... excuse me. There's a monster in this castle. A bunch of monsters, but one main one. We should probably just see if we can do something to help these people. For most of these battles, I will just be selecting the auto battle because there's no reason for me to worry about healing and such. Not yet, anyway. I didn't really go over this too much last time, did I? So, we have basically, we can attack, we can auto-battle, letting the computer handle the fights, what I've been doing. We can try to run, we can check our status, and this will give you an idea of where I am in the world. We can change, and this will change our order, the way we're standing on the battlefield. And the monster gives us a free antidote. We will probably end up using at least one of those. But for the moment, we have healing fountains. Which is why I'm not worried about healing around here. These guys can be kind of annoying. Now let me go over these battles. I don't think I really described them either. So if you select fight with your character here, you can either take a swing at it, defend, use magic, or use an item. Pretty much standard JRPG controls, even though they weren't standard at the time yet. Mostly because there wasn't a standard at the time. Getting 140 gold, that's good considering something that's going to be coming up fairly soon. We're just not quite strong enough to beat the balloon bird things there. But they do drop us herbs. It'd be nice if we could actually get to that chest here, but nope, we've got to go the roundabout way. And welcome to one of the 2 treasure rooms in this castle. Might as well grab the stuff while it's here, while we're here. Because we do find a bronze sword, which is better than what we have. Notice that the attack goes up by 4. Action goes down by 1 because the sword's heavier. That means it takes us a little bit longer to swing the thing. That's what act is, just in case you're wondering. How fast you're going to move in battle. The higher the value, the faster you move, obviously. But a bronze sword is heavier. Herb, gauntlet, which should be better shield than our shield. Yeah, it's better by quite a bit, and it's a little bit lighter, so it gives us a little bit faster movement in battle, not in the overworld. Don't get excited about that. But with the bronze sword, we are now able to take out some of these enemies if we roll high enough for damage, so to speak. Take them out in one hit. Which is definitely a good thing. Yeah, there's nothing that way. This way, however, more treasure. More fights. Yeah, we're not exactly dealing with high strategy. That tends to happen at the beginning. A suede chess piece. Another herb. But yeah, strategy doesn't come into fighting here yet. We kind of need more party members before we worry about strategy and what to do. For now, we have a dude whose only real ability in battle is to swing sword. He can swing sword, or he can down an herb, or an antidote, or use another item. Those are his 2 real choices. And a visor. A little bit heavier, but it is better defense. Not that we've had a big problem with things punching us in the face. But yep, we're still on the hunt for the big monster. We're going to pass up that chest for a second, because the game threw a trap here. Triggered a Dark Mist, which loses AP. We get an antidote for it, but yeah, we did kind of lose all our ability points. Which, if for other party members we can get in the future, it might be a problem. For Ryu here, nope, not a single problem. Because he doesn't use ability points. At least not yet. And yeah, still can't break the wall. The crumbled wall. A trap triggered a Sproing, which gives us back our hit points and ability points. So yeah, we're back to full. If you grab that chest first, it will give you everything back, but then you'll lose all your ability points at the next chest. And welcome to the boss. Who just decides to call us slimeless humans. And decides to fight us for our first actual boss fight of the game. Now, as high level as we are, there's not much in the way of threat here. There really isn't. He is going to punch us in the face a few times, and we're going to trade blows for a very long time. But I like the design of this boss. A frog with a mohawk and shoulder pads. He's a punk frog. I like this design. It is just goofy enough to me. Luckily, he doesn't possess any attacks where he swallows Ryu or anything like that. I mean, he will slam you with the tongue, but that's about as far as it goes. Unfortunately for us, he moves faster than we do. Luckily, he doesn't do more than 10 hit points of damage in a turn. But once we get down into the teens, it is probably time to take an herb. No. Just so we can avoid getting destroyed because I waited too long. And now the rest of the fight should be pretty much what you've already seen. We'll get stabbed by a tongue, or we'll get jumped on, or we'll get spit at us. And in return, we fire off the sword. This could have gone faster if Ryu had chosen a few of these attacks to counter. Ah, there we go. However, he did not choose a few of these attacks to counter. And also, the bosses have an ability to where when you reduce them down to 0 hit points, they just go, "No, I'm not dead yet." And they get to keep fighting. I think Frog is only good for one more hit. He only gets enough hit points back to restore to 1. But there will be other bosses, at least if I'm not mistaken, that will restore a good chunk of their hit points and then get to do that again. So, yeah, just because you see the health bar doesn't mean... Just because you see the health bar hit 0, hey, you're not done with fights yet. Not against bosses. Also, more than enough experience to hit level 8. Oddly, this makes all the candles disappear. I don't know why, but you know, candles just get to be gone with the frog, I guess. We get an herb, we get some more money. This brings our total to just over 1,200 gold pieces, which is a little lower than I want it to be. Although I think I can sell that white antler for 1,500, which would put me well in range to buy the thing I want to buy when we get there. And sadly, aside from that, we have to walk all the way back out here. Luckily, there are no more enemies, but we still don't have a run button. Still no run button. But no enemies will stop us along the way. We just have to walk all the way back outside. I'm pretty sure in the future, not the immediate future or anything, I'm pretty sure in the future there will be cutscenes that warp us back to the beginning of the castle, or we'll have a spell where we can just automatically leave the castle. But I could be wrong about this. Might as well recover my HP while I'm down here. See, I could be completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that at some point in time you get the ability to warp out of castles, which will be very nice, rather than having to take the 2 to 3 minutes extra to walk out the place. And apparently we have a familiar looking scar, but oh good, we have earthquakes to do. We have earthquakes to deal with now. The dark dragons have a button that makes earthquakes happen. And a hidden palace in the Nanai dungeon. Find the quake control there. Sadly, this is not Nanai, this is Camlon. But we do have our next target. Yeah, we can sneak into Nanai when the enemy forces are resting, and sneak is the operative word, which you will see soon. So if the quake control falls into evil hands, earthquakes non-stop. Talking about me like I'm not even right in front of you. Yeah, well, we took care of it. You're welcome. Let's talk to you. So we'll save the game. We should be pretty much fully restored. So our next area we should go is Nanai, which I'm going to see if I can get closer to Nanai. Once again, the geography is not giving us a whole lot of options in terms of where do we go now, which is good. Which, don't get me wrong, that's actually a good thing at the early stages of the JRPG. Make it a little bit linear, or a lot linear, as the case may be. Sadly, no, I'm not going to be able to get you before a fight breaks out. And luckily, they're going to start missing us on the overworld here. I don't remember exactly where Nanai is. Or rather, I don't remember if we have a path we have to choose to take to get to Nanai. I'd go hunting. But the encounter rate is a bit ridiculous. If you actually do want to go hunting for things, your best bet is to get a whole bunch of marbles. At least that's what I'm calling them, because that's kind of what the abbreviation looks like. You just get yourself a whole bunch of marbles and you can walk around without getting into fights. There's a bunch of forest we can't cross right now, but we'll be able to eventually. More slimes. Of course, more slimes. That is going to come in handy later, but not right now. And also on the topic of hunting, if you really want to hunt, you kind of need to wait until later. Now is not good hunting time, just because you really can't hunt. I mean, it looks like you're just trying to make animals die of heart attacks when you're hunting this. When you're hunting in this point. Which means you just kind of have to corner them to a spot and hope they run forever. Until they die. And birds, you absolutely cannot corner. There's the nye. But everyone's kind of staring at us. We literally have no way to get in. This is a problem we will deal with next time. For now, let's go ahead and leave. And when we come back, we will see how many times I can screw up sneaking around in the nye. But until then, take care, everyone.